Welcome back. My name is John Clark. My first writing rule is simple. Do not plagiarize. This tip is ranked number 1 for a good reason. Plagiarizing is pretty much the worst thing that you can do in a term paper. The lesson is not going to go in depth about what constitutes plagiarism. I'll let the technical aspects of plagiarism to others. Maybe I'll do a video about that sometime in the near future. Rather than technicals, this video is about the ethics of plagiarism. So let's use a simple definition of plagiarism. Plagiarism involves passing off another's work as your own. When I was growing up, I would hear people say things like, when you cheat, you're really only cheating yourself. I came to realize that this was nonsense. Of course you're cheating yourself, but you're cheating the original author by stealing his or her work. You may not think of this as stealing property, but it is. To plagiarize is to steal another's intellectual property, which can be much harder to attain than physical property. The plagiarist also cheats everyone else in the class. Even if they are trying very hard not to do so, teachers grade papers on somewhat of a relative basis. That is, your paper will be graded relative to the other submitted papers. Imagine the following scenario. 10 English papers are submitted. 9 of the papers were plagiarized from websites, books, and journals. Technically, these 9 papers are really excellent, employing exceptional reasoning, so each of them is given an A+. The 10th paper was written by Molly, and Molly did not plagiarize. Instead, Molly spent 50 hours assembling research, writing, and rewriting. Of course, her paper is markedly inferior to the other 9 papers. After all, how could Molly's paper compete with those actually written by doctors of English literature? So the teacher gives her a B-. 9 students cut and pasted their way to an A+, and 1 worked very hard to achieve a B-. From a moral perspective, it becomes rather easy to see why plagiarism is a sin against justice. There's a utilitarian argument here that drives home the point even further. If you're sick, would you mind being seen by a doctor who cheated his way through medical school? If you're on trial, would you prefer to be defended by a lawyer who plagiarized your way through law school? Personally, I'd rather be defended by the girl who spent 50 hours on her English paper. I'd rather be defended by Molly. And so would you. Now, let's go to lesson 2.